Mesdames et messieurs, les démonstrations de sécurité vont vous être présentées. Merci de nous accorder toute votre attention.
Welcome back to my Moments of Love. If you're new here, my name is Wemi, and in this video I'll take you along as my husband and I celebrate our 10-year anniversary trip to French Polynesia. And in this video we head to Bora. We left Moorea, which is another island in French Polynesia, to go to Bora, and we flew on an Air Tahiti flight. This flight was stated to be about an hour, but it was actually a little bit less than that because we did stop in Wahine to both pick up and drop off some passengers before we continued on our flight. We did not get off the plane. We stayed on the plane as that happened. And our total flight time might have actually only been about 45 minutes. But we got to Bora and you kind of walk off the plane. Note it is very loud once you come off these airplanes, so be aware of that. The Bora airport is located on its own motu, which is like a little islet. And that's all that's on that little plot of land is just the airport. So the only way on and off the airport is through an airplane or a boat. So we had a boat pick us up to head to our resort, which was the Intercontinental Resort. All the resorts do have pickups at the airport. So again, because ours was Intercontinental, it was about a 20-minute ferry ride to our resort. And we shared this with other passengers as well.
In front of you, you have the top dive. And this is the place for early departure for the activities like jet ski, snorkeling, diving. And if you would like to book this activity, this is directly with my colleague from the concierge desk. I'm going to show you where it's located for you. The reception open 24 hours all days, and if you have any question or any request, you can come as you want. Just after on your left, you have the beautiful secret garden of love. It's inspired by the famous bridge in Paris, Le Pont des Arts, and each coconut tree represents a symbol of love in Persian culture, like the sun, the turtle. You can choose for you the best signification of your love and just hang the padlock. And if you don't have some padlock, you can just buy one directly at the gift shop. Now you arrive to the beautiful spa of the resort, the Deep Ocean Spa. On your left, and the particularity of the spa, it's all the infrastructure use the deep ocean of the water. The tree bungalow in front of you, it's very beautiful because the floor is like a window and you can see the fish when you are in trekking. And the other side you have the beautiful mountain of Bora. The name is the Mohotemali. The beautiful fitness center area, open 24 hours all days, and the access is directly with the car of your room. And just after the spa, the entrance for the spa, and in front of you the gift shop. And after you arrive to the beautiful spot of the resort, the swimming pool with the pool boys just behind you. If you need some fresh towels, sun cream. All the day, and for your information, every day at noon, the pool boys present local activities for you, like open a coconut, Polynesian demonstration. And just in front you have the first restaurant of the resort. The first one is the Sands, and it's open for the lunch every day at 12 to 2:30, and also for the dinner. And it's so beautiful to see the sunset in front of the mountain. Other part You have a second bar. This one is the name is the Bubbles, and it's open at 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. each day. And you have one happy hour to 5 to 6.
Okay.
If you want. And my colleague from the food consultant, so it's just in front of you. You arrive to the Reef Restaurant. This is the place for the breakfast every morning. Open at 6:30 to 10:30. And also for the dinner. For the dinner, you can choose between cents or
Which is better, sands or reef?
It's very different. This is a la carte. I think the sands it's more deconstruct the kitchen and everything, and it's the reef is more elaborate.
Gotcha.
You have also the private beach on the resort with some canoeing, kayak, paddle, except for this station. And just after this one, this is the Coral Restaurant, and this one is the gastronomic one. Very fancy food.
Gotcha.
It's better to book in advance directly with my colleague from the commercial desk.
Okay. Oh, that's the one.
Courses,
Yeah.
yeah. And just after, I would like to show you the Lagunarium. This is the best place to make some snorkeling and to see the fish.
Cool.
Very beautiful. Do you have any question maybe about the resort, or everything is fine for you?
I'm good so far.
Yeah, I think I'm good. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I brought you to the reception to offer you a glass of welcome drinks for you, Yorana.
Yana. We made it to Bora Bora. This resort is beautiful. Like, it is beautiful. Words can't even begin to express how beautiful it is, but it's gorgeous. Here, we're waiting. We just finished our tour around the resort, and now we're just waiting for our check-in process to complete. There's my sexy husband. Yeah, this is it, y'all. The water is nice and clear. Dave was concerned that it wasn't a little fishy. There's Mount Otamanu. So beautiful. Oh, so beautiful. I can't even stop saying how beautiful it is and peaceful. Yeah, this is, yeah, I'm so excited. See my husband. Upon the completion of our golf cart tour of the resort, we were then taken to our room via the same golf cart. This resort was absolutely breathtaking. We had booked to stay here for 5 nights, and it was totally worth it. It was peaceful, it was quiet, gave us everything we needed to truly feel rejuvenated. Our room was located on one of these sort of boardwalk paths. There are life jackets in the room because it is completely over water. And we were also able to get a Mount Otamanu view room, which was what we wanted. Along with that, we walked into our room and we were blown away by how beautiful this room was. It was extremely large and just very well done. You have your glass coffee table here where you could see down into the lagoon. We didn't see as much as we did in Moorea, but it was still beautiful nonetheless. They welcomed us with a bottle of champagne, some fresh fruits, and a towel to celebrate our anniversary as well. And our fridge, our mini bar was also stocked for us and was restocked throughout our stay. Included with our trip here was breakfast and dinner. Dinner, you had an option of 2 restaurants to choose from each night. Drinks are not included, as in alcoholic beverages are not included. And there's one gastronomic restaurant she mentioned, which you get half board price on. The room was beautiful. We had a very large living room and a large bedroom, both of which had floor-to-ceiling windows to look out into the lagoon, which was breathtaking to wake up to every morning. We had a lovely toilet room. I didn't show you guys because it's a toilet, and a great walk-in closet. That was beautiful. And we head to our bathroom where we had a very, very large shower stall. You have a double sink, which is great, and a large soaker tub. We did not get in the tub because we don't use tubs on vacation because I'm too much of a germaphobe. I wish I weren't because I would have loved a good soak in that. But nonetheless, we still loved the space. Our bedroom had a door that opened onto the back porch, which was incredibly large. We enjoyed our time out there. You step down a few steps and you get onto the landing area, which also had a ladder to get you in and out of the lagoon. Good night. First night in Bora Bora. We are off to dinner. This is our room. Just left our room, room 126. And we're off on the long walk for dinner. Should have probably brought like a little shawl. But should I bring a little shawl?
Huh?
Should I bring a little shawl? It is a bit breezy and cool. But it is a beautiful night. So that's the boat dock, right? Yeah. Got the ice machine. Got the husband. That is the ice machine.
No, the ice machine's right there.
Oh, then I don't know. Maybe water. Oh, yeah, that's what it is. I remember. It's water. Maybe, I don't know, but it's water. It's so beautiful out here. Alright, guys. Dave, you want to show me? I feel like I haven't shown my face at all.
Yeah, you didn't really show other people.
Yeah, nobody ever took the camera.
You can turn the camera around. Can't really see you.
No?
No. There. Showed your whole dress. Oh, they got a blue light.
Blue light. Oh, that's the turn on. That's the one she said we would turn on to see the fish?
No, a blue light. Here. No, it's a blue light, not the light.
Oh. What was that? Isn't it that way? Huh. Okay. Oh, okay. How'd you know?
Because she pointed to the map where we were going to be.
Oh, okay. Alright, hello. Hello. This is the peace and quiet I wanted for our trip. The other resort was a little busier than I had anticipated. But I was looking forward to something like this, long evening strolls with my husband. We don't get that anymore in our new house. So we came all the way here to have a stroll. I joke. I think that's where one of the restaurants is. Oh, that's reception?
I think. Maybe.
No, this is reception.
You gotta walk all the way around.
Yeah. Made it to breakfast at the same place we had dinner last night. This is the Reef restaurant. So we had dinner last night. It's beautiful up here. We weren't up here, obviously, but figured you guys might want to see what's for breakfast. Oh, donuts, cereal. Oh, it's a feast, y'all. All the fresh fruits. Poisson cru, I'm guessing, over here, which I will not be having. I'm not a raw fish chick. We've got grated and roasted coconut. Oh, I'm gonna have some coconut, y'all. I'm gonna have some coconut. Got beans and pork, sauteed vegetables, potatoes, sausage, bacon, bread, usual baked goods fare. What was that, the fresh? What are they? I'm assuming up there is just omelets? Is it just omelets up there? Let's see if they have pancakes or crepes. I think I heard that they have crepes here, actually. I did hear that. All right, let's eat. So far for breakfast, I've had some fruit. I just went back and got some crepes, pancakes, and bacon. Crepes with homemade chocolate sauce or spread, they said, and some maple syrup. And I've got my tea. This is my second plate. I'll probably go for a third, which will be my toast and croissant to finish off my breakfast. Get me nice and stuffed for the day. I also just remembered we have an excursion at 12:30. So I should probably make sure I have enough food in me to last for that. We're going out for ATV tours. Okay, this is amazing. Like amazing. This is good. I'm not getting pancakes tomorrow. I'm just getting this. This is really good. The sauce is amazing. Or spread or whatever they're calling it. It's hard because like a spread is usually thick to me. This is super watery is why I'm calling it a sauce. But it is so good. Is it a gift shop, I guess? Uru. Oh, yep. Yep, wrong. Wrong word.
You're on
They're the roosters.
I could break his neck.
that escalated. You woke David up this morning. He's not happy with you. It's Yorana. Not my Ruru, I mean. Get it straight, get it right. There's our little stingray friend. We saw him on the way to breakfast and he's still hanging out. Oh, he stopped walking because I stopped walking. I said, I know, I said he stopped because I stopped. Come on, Stingray, let's go. No? All right, he's taking a rest. God, they really do camouflage very well. A lot of the fish that we've noticed here have camouflaged well. Because, yeah, he just looks like a rock. And he's not. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled, y'all. It's so pretty, so beautiful. Enjoying our morning stroll back to our room. We'll be going to the dock over there for our ATV tour. They'll be picking us up from over there at 12:30. And we get to drive some ATVs, which I've always wanted to do, but can't do that with children. So that's why I figured this was the best opportunity to do that. What? I know, but we've been taking them on vacation with us. That's my point.
I mean, we can do it in Canada.
What ATV tours do they have in Canada?
It's not an ATV tour, it's riding ATV.
Well,
on an
sure.
ATV trail.
Sure. That's different. Oh, that is such a pretty mountain. Wish I could mountain climb. But it's funny because you don't realize you're terrified of heights until you're forced to do heights. So put up our Christmas tree this year. I was never one who felt terrified of heights, but being on a ladder, and how tall did you say our tree was? 12 feet. I got to the top of the ladder and I was like, yeah, I don't want to come down. I'm not a fan of being up here. I think a part of it is also just like getting older and like mortality becoming more of a thing. And you just start to think more like, if I fall, there's a lot of people and a lot of things that depend on me. If something happens, if I break something, it's just not worth it, you know? But I wish I could mountain climb, it'd be cool. Getting close to our room. Oh, I just love the peace and privacy and quietness of this resort. This is what I wanted for us. Or you feel like you're here alone. Dave's gonna get out into, I think this is our room, right? No? Next one? Are you sure it's not ours? Two more. Dave's gonna get out and try to swim. He's gonna feed the fish first. And then he'll hope the fish leave so he can get in the water. They can stay, just don't touch you.
Sure. Yeah.
But we don't want the stingray friend to stay, though. He needs to go. The water is very choppy.
Windy.
Yeah. View from our bedroom. Specifically from our bed. This is what we woke up to and went to sleep to. So beautiful. You can see Dave's tripod there. He tried to record the sunset. He did a time lapse of, not sunset, of the sunrise this morning. But we're gonna go sit out there on the dock. I'm gonna read while Dave feeds the fish. I wanted to lay down there is what I wanted to do. Oh, that's a good point. I'll get a towel. He makes a good point. And then I'm gonna read my book while I'm out there. But yeah, it's beautiful out here. My heart is happy. My soul is happy. I'm happy. I'm very happy. And grateful to be here beyond measure. I woke up this morning and the first thing I said to Dave was, wow, I can't believe we made it here. God is good. This has been on our list since our first year together. So 12 years in the making for us it's been to come here. And ironically, it was always this exact resort that was on our list. And we didn't actually choose the resort this time based on it being on our list. We chose it based on what was offered to us by Costco. This was all they offered that was available. So look at God, that just worked out. That what we had on our list was what they had and what's available, and here we are. Here's my husband. Around 12:30, we were picked up by our tour guide from the Bora ATV Jet Ski Adventures group, who took us via boat over to, we'll call it the main part of the island where the locals live, where Mount Otamanu is. Upon getting there, we were then also picked up by a sort of a Jeep vehicle and driven over to their main takeoff area where we were introduced to our tour lead. We made it to the ATV port or whatever they call it. What do they call it again?
What?
What do they call this? Their
ATV?
I know the area. Not a port. What do they call their takeoff zone? He kept saying it. He'll take you to our depot. Is it a depot? He said. Okay. Anyways, where we start the tour. There's Mount Otamanu over there. So we took a ferry over, which dropped us off, and then we hopped in the back of that dude that brought us here. And now we're waiting for the rest of the couples to get themselves together, and we'll start our ATV tour. Helmets, check. Sexy driver, check. Oh, check there. ready to go on this adventure. Once our group of 3 couples were ready to go, we were given safety instructions in both French and in English because the other couples were French speakers. And once that was done, we could begin our tour.
Ici, elle va s'allumer en même temps. Le seul bouton vert qui est à votre gauche aussi, appuyez pendant 3 secondes. Là, elle fonctionne. Ah, heureusement, elle fonctionne, sinon vous restez. Hein? Ok, on éteint. Avec la clé. Des questions, les amis? On s'est allumé, on s'est éteint. Hein? Facile, hein? Les boutons au-dessus, les amis, ici. S'en fiche complètement.
Once the instructions were done, we hit the road running. We happened to be the leader of the group. We were just right behind the tour guide. So we took you guys along on this ride. Our total time spent driving was probably a little bit over 2 hours around the entire island. Our first stop took us to a great viewpoint where we could look over and see sort of how the lagoon breaks with the ocean, and given just a brief tour of how Bora came to be as an island. And as we know from most islands, they are born out of volcanoes. And this sort of goes on, and we learned a lot about the island of Bora. Our tour guide was absolutely fantastic, and we totally recommend this tour for anyone who does visit the island. I will leave their information in the description box below. And if I don't, make sure you can feel free to ask me and I will let you know. So for the first leg of the ride, Dave did the drive-in around the flat land on the road. Once we got up here, we were sort of debriefed on how to go uphill with the ATV. And that was no big deal at all, just really switching from 2-wheel to 4-wheel drive. No big deal, we got up there. This was actually fairly smooth getting up to the top for us. Once we got up there and spent our time looking around, we were given a bottle of water. We came back down and I decided I would love a chance driving. So I actually drove essentially for the rest of the day. Whenever we were on flat ground, I did the driving. But when it was time to go uphill, I usually got off and let Dave take the wheel because I was not comfortable with the steep hills, both going up or going down. So Dave did all of those sort of terrain rugged driving, and I took the main road, and I loved the experience. It was amazing. Dave thinks it'll convince me to have him get a bike. My answer is still no. But with that being said, we do truly recommend this tour. Our group was great. Our tour guide was great. We had a blast. It was overall a great experience seeing the island the way that we did, and driving around the entire island was amazing. We got to see a lot of different things and people along the way, which I truly do recommend. And make sure you put on your sunscreen. The sun does not play out here. Put on your sunscreen before you go on an ATV tour. We made sure we did that because after Dave got burned in Moorea, we were extra diligent about our sunscreen usage. So you make sure you do the same. And don't forget your sunglasses underneath your visors as well, because the dust really does pick up and blow in your eyes. So the next stop here is another viewpoint to look over to the waters. So as you can see, Dave did this part. Again, it wasn't too bad of a drive, but I still just was not quite comfortable. This was beautiful. I did record, but the wind was incredible that you could not hear me. Here I'm pointing out the resorts for you. I believe I started out with the Conrad, and then we went over, and then I pointed over the Westin and the Intercontinental where we were staying as well. But it was incredibly windy, so you could not hear me. So I do apologize that there's not a lot of voice to go over this, but this large one that I'm pointing to there was the Westin, which is the largest resort on the island. We stayed at the Intercontinental. We later found out that the reason for the wind that you guys can see, look at the trees, look at how crazy they were, was that there was a typhoon actually in Japan. And we happened to be there during that time, and we received the remnants of that typhoon. So for our entire stay in Bora, this was the weather. It was incredibly windy, as you probably heard from our night walk to dinner the night before. Unfortunately, you can't control these types of things. It was still beautiful because the wind did allow us to feel cooler than we normally would have if there were no wind. So you take the blessings where you get them, right? This view was beautiful. You can see, so you did explain the color changes there. You're seeing sort of where the lagoon hits, where the water, the ocean breaks. Beautiful. So Dave again takes us downhill, and right here we do our usual switcheroo, and I get back in the driver's seat and he gets behind me for the rest of the drive. And the other couples actually did the same thing, and they had the women did tend to take the drives along the road, whereas the men were the ones that we let do the rugged driving. That was a little bit scary in some parts. Our last stop was a look at the very top, where, not at the very top of the mountain, but further up the mountain, where we went to go see the World War II cannons that were brought there by the Americans during World War II. We came to find out the cannons were never actually fired. There are 4 cannons on the island that point in each direction, north, east, west, and south, to keep them, to have them cover their bases. But the cannons were never used because the Japanese never came to the island. So we thought that was quite interesting. I was always under the impression that the cannons were fired and that there was some sort of a battle here, but there was never a battle here. The cannons sat unused and remained unused and were abandoned by the Americans because, well, it would have cost way too much to try to move the cannons off the island, so they left them there. At that viewpoint, we were also given some snacks by our tour guide, some water, and we just had a chance to sit, relax, and chat and got to know each other a little bit more. And overall, this was a beautiful experience. So you do go up to that portion of the mountain from the start point. Right behind the little takeoff point, you go up a hill, which was insane. This was the hardest part of the ATV. I was so glad I didn't drive because as a passenger, I was scared. It was scary. There were some really sharp drops and sharp climbs, but we made it and it was worth it and so beautiful. That wraps up the end of our time in day 6 with this beautiful sunset back at our resort.